For centuries, Afghanistan has been known as a land of mountains, ancient trade routes, and endless conflict. But hidden beneath its rugged landscape lies one of the world's greatest untapped treasures. Deep underground are massive reserves of copper worth billions of dollars. Now, China is investing around $5 billion into developing one of the largest copper mining projects on Earth, a project that could completely transform Afghanistan's economy while reshaping the balance of power across Asia. But why is China willing to take such enormous risks in one of the world's most unstable countries? And why has this copper remained buried for so long? The answers reveal a fascinating story of geopolitics, technology, and one of the most valuable resources of the 21st century. Copper has become one of the most important metals in the modern world. Almost every electronic device depends on it. Smartphones, electric vehicles, wind turbines, solar farms, data centers, and high-voltage power grids all require massive amounts of copper. As countries race toward cleaner energy and advanced technologies, global demand for copper is expected to increase dramatically over the coming decades. Experts warn that the world could soon face a serious copper shortage because existing mines cannot keep up with demand. This growing need has sparked a global competition to secure new sources of copper before supplies become limited. One of the richest copper deposits ever discovered is located about 40 kilometers southeast of Kabul. The site is called Mes Aynak. Beneath its rocky surface are an estimated 12 million metric tons of high-grade copper ore. Depending on global copper prices, the total value of these reserves could exceed $100 billion over the lifetime of the mine. Yet despite its enormous wealth, Mes Aynak has remained untouched for decades. The story began in 2007 when a Chinese state-owned company won the rights to develop the mine after submitting a bid worth nearly $3 billion. At the time, it was considered the largest foreign investment in Afghanistan's history. The company promised to build not only the mine but also railways, power stations, roads, schools, hospitals, and even housing for workers. Many believed this investment would mark the beginning of a new era for Afghanistan's economy. But reality proved far more complicated. Afghanistan soon became engulfed in escalating violence. Security conditions deteriorated rapidly as attacks increased across the country. Building and operating one of the world's largest mines became nearly impossible. Foreign engineers faced enormous risks, insurance costs skyrocketed, and construction repeatedly stalled. Instead of becoming a symbol of economic revival, Mes Aynak turned into one of the world's most delayed mining projects. There was another obstacle hidden beneath the ground itself. Archaeologists made an astonishing discovery at Mes Aynak. Before miners could reach the copper deposits, they uncovered an ancient Buddhist city dating back nearly 2,000 years. Excavations revealed temples, monasteries, giant statues, coins, manuscripts, and thousands of priceless artifacts. Historians described it as one of the most important archaeological discoveries in Central Asia. The site offered rare insights into the Silk Road, when merchants carried goods, cultures, and religions across Asia. This unexpected discovery created a difficult dilemma. Should Afghanistan preserve one of its greatest historical treasures, or should it mine the copper needed for economic development? Archaeologists from around the world rushed to document and recover artifacts before mining operations could begin. Every year of excavation delayed the mining project further, increasing costs and uncertainty. Then came another dramatic turning point. In 2021, Afghanistan experienced a major political transformation as the Taliban regained control of the country following the withdrawal of international forces. Many foreign companies suspended operations and evacuated their employees. Global investors became extremely cautious about doing business in Afghanistan. For a time, it seemed that the Mes Aynak project might never move forward. Yet China saw something different. Rather than abandoning its plans completely, Chinese officials maintained communication with Afghanistan's new authorities. Beijing viewed Afghanistan not only as a source of valuable minerals but also as an important part of its long-term regional strategy. Stable access to Afghanistan's resources could support China's manufacturing industries while strengthening its influence across Central Asia. Reports soon emerged that negotiations between Chinese companies and the Afghan government had resumed. Both sides expressed interest in restarting development of Mes Aynak. Updated discussions reportedly focused on expanding infrastructure, improving security arrangements, and adjusting investment terms to reflect changing economic conditions. Although many technical and political challenges remain, momentum has gradually returned to the project. Why is China so determined to secure this mine? The answer lies in the global race for critical minerals. Electric vehicles require significantly more copper than traditional gasoline-powered cars. Renewable energy systems need enormous amounts of wiring. Artificial intelligence data centers consume vast amounts of electricity, requiring upgraded electrical infrastructure built with copper. Every major economy is searching for reliable long-term supplies of this essential metal. China already dominates much of the global supply chain for processing minerals. It controls significant portions of the world's refining capacity for copper, lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements. Securing additional raw materials directly from overseas strengthens China's industrial position even further. Owning access to major copper reserves allows Chinese manufacturers greater protection against future supply disruptions and rising prices. For Afghanistan, the potential benefits are enormous. The country's economy has struggled for decades due to war, political instability, limited infrastructure, and international sanctions. A successful copper mine could generate billions of dollars in government revenue over its lifetime. Thousands of jobs could be created directly through mining operations and indirectly through transportation, construction, maintenance, and local businesses. Improved roads and railways could connect Afghanistan more efficiently with neighboring countries, encouraging regional trade. However, these economic promises depend on effective management. History shows that natural resource wealth does not automatically create prosperity. Many countries rich in minerals have experienced corruption, inequality, environmental damage, and political conflict instead of broad economic growth. Economists often refer to this phenomenon as the resource curse. Without transparent institutions and responsible governance, valuable resources can sometimes create more problems than solutions. Environmental concerns also play a major role. Copper mining on the scale planned for Mes Aynak requires massive excavation, heavy machinery, and significant water usage. Mining operations can produce waste rock, chemical runoff, and air pollution if not carefully managed. Afghanistan already faces water shortages in many regions. Ensuring that mining activities protect local communities and ecosystems will be essential for the project's long-term success. Security remains another major challenge. Large mining operations require stable transportation routes, secure facilities, skilled workers, and reliable power supplies. Even if political conditions improve, maintaining security over many decades will require significant investment and cooperation between multiple stakeholders. Infrastructure presents an equally difficult obstacle. Extracting millions of tons of copper ore is only the beginning. The material must be transported efficiently to processing facilities and international markets. This requires railways capable of carrying heavy freight, reliable highways, electrical grids, communication networks, and sometimes entirely new industrial cities. Much of this infrastructure either does not exist or requires major upgrades before full-scale production can begin. China's broader Belt and Road Initiative could play an important role in solving these challenges. The initiative seeks to improve trade connections through investments in transportation and infrastructure across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Integrating Afghanistan into regional transport networks could reduce shipping costs while increasing economic cooperation between neighboring countries. Supporters argue that better infrastructure could stimulate development beyond the mining sector, while critics worry about debt, dependency, and geopolitical influence. The global copper market itself adds another layer of complexity. Copper prices fluctuate depending on economic growth, industrial demand, and technological changes. If prices remain high, Mes Aynak could become one of the world's most profitable mining operations. If prices fall significantly, investors may reconsider expansion plans. Long-term forecasts generally suggest strong demand due to electrification and renewable energy, but commodity markets are always unpredictable. Technology is also transforming modern mining. Advanced geological mapping, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, drones, and remote monitoring systems allow companies to improve efficiency while reducing costs and increasing worker safety. If Mes Aynak becomes fully operational, it could incorporate some of the most advanced mining technologies available, making it one of the most sophisticated mining projects in the region. International observers continue to watch developments closely. Some countries see China's growing investments as evidence of expanding geopolitical influence. Others view the project primarily as an economic opportunity that could help stabilize Afghanistan through job creation and infrastructure development. Both perspectives may contain elements of truth. Large-scale resource projects often carry both economic and strategic significance. The archaeological treasures beneath Mes Aynak continue to attract worldwide attention as well. Archaeologists race against time to preserve as much history as possible before mining eventually expands. Every artifact recovered provides new clues about ancient civilizations that once connected east and west through the Silk Road. The challenge of balancing cultural preservation with economic development has become one of the defining features of this extraordinary project. If the mine reaches full production, it could operate for decades, supplying copper to factories around the world. That copper may eventually become part of electric vehicles, renewable energy systems, smartphones, computers, and countless technologies used by billions of people. In this sense, a remote valley in Afghanistan could quietly become one of the most important links in the global transition toward a more electrified future. Whether China's multibillion-dollar investment ultimately succeeds depends on factors far beyond geology. Political stability, security, infrastructure, environmental responsibility, archaeological preservation, market conditions, and international diplomacy will all shape the project's future. The copper has waited underground for millions of years. The question now is whether humanity can overcome the challenges above the surface to unlock one of the greatest mineral treasures ever discovered. The story of Mes Aynak is about much more than copper. It is a story of history buried beneath history, where ancient civilizations meet modern technology, where global competition meets local opportunity, and where one of the world's poorest countries sits atop resources that could redefine its future. Whether this $5 billion gamble becomes a symbol of prosperity or another missed opportunity remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the world will be watching as Afghanistan's hidden copper wealth moves closer to becoming one of the most significant mining projects of the 21st century. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, The Science Signal, and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family members. Your support helps us create more exciting and informative content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we truly appreciate every one of you. See you in the next video.